Make a few remarks.
Oh, thank you.
We have a very fast-moving situation with the tariffs on China, Canada, and Mexico. Obviously, we've had a very good result today with Mexico, with the president negotiating directly with the Mexican president. The backstory there is that the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, Stephen Miller here in the White House, the folks at DHS have all done a very good job trying to work with the Mexican government. The Mexican government understands this, that this is a drug war, not a trade war. This is a drug war, not a trade war. We have an unprecedented amount of Americans dying every year from fentanyl alone. And it's roughly the same number, about 75,000 annually, that are going to be sitting in the Superdome for the Super Bowl. And it's more by a large margin than the number of soldiers we lost in the Vietnam War. And this happens year after year after year. The way this process works is it starts with China. China makes what's called the precursor chemicals that are then blended by Mexican drug cartels in Mexico into not just deadly fentanyl, but the fentanyl is used also to spike things like heroin and speed and other deadly drugs. And that pushes the death toll to well over 100,000 a year. And then what has happened with Canada is the Mexican cartels have expanded up to Canada. They're making fentanyl there and sending it down to the U.S. from there. The Chinese are using Canada to send in small parcels below the radar, and fentanyl, one glass of it can kill millions of Americans. Just one single glass, it's that deadly. Canada, what is it now? It's 1:27 here, East Coast time. President Trump will be speaking for the second time with the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. The difference between Mexico and Canada thus far is that Canada thinks we're fighting a trade war with them. That's not the case here. This is a drug war. And I think it's important that if Canadian citizens themselves can understand that what we are trying to do here is stop the killing of Americans by these deadly drugs, to stop Canada from allowing terrorists on the watch list, up to 100 have already come in, from entering our country. That will be the way to find a resolution of this problem. So let's see what happens. The boss always likes to say that. I'll take a few questions only with respect to this situation. Sir.
Can you say, so are you happy that now that there's a deferral for a month with the Mexican tariffs, and do you think that these tariffs were used more as a threat, or is the administration actually planning for them to take effect?
If President Trump and the Mexican president can agree on substantial steps towards solving this problem, which will then lead to a 30-day grace period on this, everybody should be happy. Mexico's happy, the United States is happy. We've got a long way to go. There's a lot of things to be done, but this is the way President Trump negotiates. And you can rest assured that if we do not get cooperation from countries, then, of course, the tariffs will be implemented. We have no other choice. President Trump wants to save American lives.